and took advantage of a little bit of lackadaisical play.
I've spoken with Suarez about this before, and I feel like the Yoshi that we see in Ultimate, while I think in time is going to become a breed of its own, is very reminiscent of 64 Yoshi. Like a little bit of both in 64 and Smash 4, which I feel like that's why we're seeing Suarez become the more potent Yoshi, at least very early on. But we can't sleep on Raptor, especially as he's got to step up to the hot-blooded new kid on the block. Chris looking to show what his stuff is with Ness. Now, one funny thing I've seen with this, Chris adamant to stick to Ness. He's looking to play this straight until like a character comes along where either he feels them out more or there's someone who's just a very clear meta-defining character. But with his Ness, he's managed to integrate a lot of the new tools very well. As he popped in here earlier during his little pop-off, I mentioned the Psy Magnet, and I think that's going to come to good use in mixing things up against Yoshi. Fist bumps go, and we're going to go right into it for Ness versus Yoshi. Kalos is going to be the setting, and this is a bit of an oddball pick, but I actually think it's a really smart one. I mentioned this a little bit earlier about the way that Suarez and Raptor play differently, and Raptor's a bit more of the patient end zoning kind, whereas Suarez is a lot more aggressive and more oriented towards spacing. And that is now the first time that I've seen that shield break in this game. Yeah, Raptor knows he could just charge that a lot more, right?
He definitely could have. I think he was just trying to be safe. Maybe be a... Yikes. No chill from Raptor.
Absolutely.
Puts him hang himself.
Damn. Yeah, Yoshi's kind of sick.
Raptor's in here saying, you won that bread over in Nassau County? Who did you play? Because it wasn't me.
We don't need small chump bread over here. I actually like how Raptor's so in Chris's face right now. He's preventing Chris from doing anything fancy with his aerial movement or zone air. Like, these constant get off me tools out of Chris are just leading to more and more trades.
Oh yeah, look at what Chris is throwing out. He's throwing out nothing. He's throwing out some like neutral air, he's throwing out some forward air, and that's it.
It's all he can really do, and none of this are tools that can combo.
Oh wow, PK Fire just got absolutely stuffed.
It was funny though, because the bolt hit the egg, the plume was able to stick around, and that prevented Raptor from continuing the interaction. Really weird interaction, but one that just sort of had to stay at a standstill.
Weird flex, but okay.
I feel like that's Chris's Ness in a hole. Like, he goes for these really strange aggressive options. They weave themselves together really well, and the kid keeps himself alive. He's deep in a bracket full of plenty of people, but it's not doing so much work.
Serious threats in this bracket too. Like, this is not. You're in this phase of the bracket. There are no slouches left. St. Winners round 1, St. Losers round 3, where like you could play at half your ability and get through. These are like top Long Island players here. Like that's what's left.
Another egg to continue the interaction, and that's going to bring him down to the depths, and game 1 is going to go to Raptor.
I feel like game 1 was a bit of a feel out. Raptor definitely toying with his food in that game.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like Raptor did the things that he does when it's like, all right, I don't want to commit to any type of game plan. I just want to take the stage and see where we go. And he just did that and it won him, so it's like, all right, I'm going to do it again.
All right, we're going to go to Battlefield for game 2, but where are we going? What special battlefield will we visit today?
Where are they picking into? They're hovering over a lot of good ones. Oh, the suspense is killing me. Please go to Hammond.
Just not Mute City.
Why not? Oh, yeah, Mute City Snatch Stage looks gross.
It is very disgusting. Right.
Tortimer's Island? Okay.
All right.
We can't get enough of Animal Crossing here. Are we going to go there again? Please, drop your token. Nah, Tomodachi Life is going to be the choice. You know, people thought this stage was going to be equal. Regular Tomodachi Life. Tomodachi Life is like 4 layers of platforms.
Tomodachi Life was a video game.
That certainly was.
Was the keyword.
It is really funny. Either way, we're here on the Battlefield iteration of Tomodachi Life, and the Battlefield pick I feel is a pretty strong one from Chris.
I would definitely offer to say that we make this a serious, legitimate pick for Battlefield. It's very pretty.
Oh, I like this one. My favorite is the what do you call it? The Shadow Moses Island. As well as, I actually really like Moray Towers. I can't believe I'm saying that sentence unironically for once.
Put that, folks, and we'll use it against him in the next 4 years of broadcasting.
Yeah, for those of you who are familiar with my opinions in Splatoon, Moray Towers is yucky. It's yucky, gross, unfun.
No, that's just the opinions of Splatoon. Oh my God, PK Chris.
Yo, talking about yucky, gross, unfun.
No.
Yucky, gross, unfun combo from PK Chris. Completely guts Raptor. Does a really good job of showcasing like why Ness is good for the stage because he's just moving around. I'm actually in love with the Cymac movement from Chris. It reminds me very much of, I've said this a bit before, but like shine stalls, multi-shines, a lot of stuff that made Melee Fox such a potent tool as people were really seeing how that character can break the balance of Melee. And to find them in such a character like Ness, of all of them, who's always been like a fringe high tier character that really borders on being relevant purely on a meta. And this is a type of meta that's not going to be fun for Ness typically because he always used to be a very grab-oriented character. Now in a game where shields aren't as strong, you're not going to see as much value out of your grabbing. But Chris's playstyle has always been a bit more aggressive, so I guess in a way he gets to really blossom from that.
Raptor trying to go for those forward airs. Not able to come in, and he's going to just get blown up there. PK Chris looking really sharp here in game 2.
You know, I was saying this earlier today that Raptor was looking a little bit messy with his play, and I'm hoping he gets a chance to clean it up here. Finally relieves a little bit of pressure by ending out the first stock of Chris. But look at the lap that Chris has over him. Like, if Raptor's not able to do something about this quickly, this is going to be curtains. Oh, the drag down from the up air could have been brutal, but Raptor responds with his own combo.
Hit that dodge button at the right time. He's able to break that up, and oh, man. No ladders here, but...
I actually really like the... No, he took his jump! Oh, no! Oh, no!
Yikes. Raptor, come on, man. There was no reason for you to be down there.
He went down there so he can take the PK Thunder. Because you can, if you flutter jump, if you hit the Thunder at all before it hits Ness, he just drops. It's very sad. And it's like the easiest way anyone can edge guard.
But the thing is, he would have had to have gotten all the way back up.
Yes. And he would have needed his jump to do that in a better way, but it just wasn't well spaced. It wasn't well timed. The thought was there.
Too risky with one stock.
Like, it wasn't a bad thought by any means.
He was going for the highlight.
Yes. So, Game 3 is bringing us to Pokemon Stadium 2. Now, I've said this briefly earlier, but this is a great stage for Yoshi. And in my opinion, I actually think it's the quintessential Yoshi stage. When I mentioned earlier how I studied the LVD files of this game with Suarez, we were looking at in the context of what makes a good Yoshi stage. And this stage has all of the perfect pieces to the most perfect recipe. The platforms are short, which allows Yoshi to use them but not linger on them, and his opponents can't really get away for too long on them.
There's also not a lot of room to play around on those platforms. They don't offer much protection. They don't give you much room to play around on them. They're there for the sake of being there. They don't offer much else though.
Right. They're lower to the stage, so it's easy for Yoshi to short hop and cover the stage. On top of that, the Blast Zones leave themselves in a way that's really well aligned for killing out with neutral air or forward air from Yoshi. Two tools that we know Raptor and Suarez are no strangers to using and abusing. And then when it comes to the base stage itself, it's just a long platform. It's really good. Barring those two smaller platforms, all we have here is like Smash 4-sized Final Destination. Something that both of the Yoshis were no strangers to controlling.
I think Raptor was trying to go for that edge guard there and didn't commit soon enough and allow PK first back on. But it doesn't matter as it cleans up the stock.
PK Fire is a weird tool in this matchup just because it's so hard to like lock down Yoshi because of the armor frames on Flutter Jump. So, you know, that's a perfect situation to showcase why. But you could still use it to like prevent Yoshi from going in further. The Plume of Fire does such a good job when it connects with an egg or Yoshi and forces him to back off. Anyway, I think Chris is managing out this matchup really well.
He's doing a good job of reading what Raptor's options are and doing a good job of guessing what Raptor's going to do and just throwing the answer out there. This is definitely a game, though, where you got to give a little to get a little.
Definitely, and I think we're seeing a bit more of that from Chris than we are from Raptor. Not only is he holding the lead, but he's getting dangerous with how he's covering Raptor's options. He's looking to get in there down and dirty, where he knows very well that Yoshi can threaten with neutral air or up air, and all of a sudden it's curtains for his stop.
Well, look at the interactions. He's letting the small things come through, but then he's able to trade back something more favorable.
Not quite sure how Raptor got the kill there, but he did nonetheless.
137 something should go.
I would hope so. And looking at the last legs of this battle here, I think the most important aspect of this is like, for all the reasons that I listed that this is a good Yoshi stage, Chris has taken full advantage of, and not once has he let Raptor really hold center stage and take advantage of what's going on.
He's taking advantage of the fact that Raptor wants to play center stage. He's fighting to get the stage positioning back, and it's not working for him. So now Raptor's forced to fight from the outside.
In Smash, there's always been a line of thought since like the dawn of competitive Melee, where you can take as much percentage if you want, as long as you have.
Look at that pop off!
Yo, kid feeling himself. As long as you have center stage, as long as you have the stage, you'll always have a chance to live, no matter how high your percentage is.